Hi, Assalamualaikum. We will present about right of franchisor and franchisee and its legal issue in Malaysia. For introduction, the franchisor is the person of corporation that owns the trademarks and business model. The franchisor license the use of the trademarks and business model to the franchisee, usually in exchange for an upfront payment and ongoing royalty payments. A franchisee is a business owner who is licensed to operate a branded outlets of a retail chains. The franchisee pay a fee to the franchisor for the right to sell its established products and use its trademark and proprietary knowledge. The franchisee receives guidance and support from the franchisor. A franchise is a joint venture between a franchisor and a franchisee. The franchisor is the original business. It sells the rights to use its name and idea. The franchisee will buy his right to sell the franchisor's goods or service under an existing business model, franchisor and franchisee relationship. Among these is the mutual dependence between the franchisor and franchisee, where the franchisor provides support, guidance, and intellectual property rights, while the franchisee invests capital, operates the business, and pay royalty or fee to the Franchise Act 1998 is a significant piece of legislation in Malaysia that governs franchising activities within the country. Its aim to regulate and promote fair practice in the franchising industry, provide protection to both franchisor and franchisees, and ensure transparency and disclosure of information.
My name is Nur Elena binti Muhammad Zulkifli. My matric number is H21A2338. Right the franchisor. The right of the franchisor is franchise relationships are crucial for protecting their brand, maintaining control over the franchise system, and ensuring the success of the overall franchise network. Here are some of the right franchisor, which is trademark and brand protection, termination and transfer right, control over system standard, royalty and fee collection, support and training, system development and innovation, and last but not least, brand expansion. Trademark and brand protection. The franchisor has the right to protect and enforce their trademark, trade names, logos, and other intellectual property associated with the franchise system. This helps maintain the brand identity and reputation. Second, royalty and fee collection. The franchisor has the right to collect ongoing fees such as royalties or other specific charges from franchisees. These fees contribute to the franchisor revenue stream and are typically based on a percentage of the franchise sale. Third is control over system standard. The franchisor has the right to establish and enforce specific standard guidelines and operational procedures that franchisor must follow. This include product quality, customer service, branding, marketing strategy, and other aspects of the business. Termination and transfer right. The franchisor retains the right to terminate or transfer for franchise agreement under specific circumstances. For example, if the franchise breaches the agreement, fails to meet performance standards, or engages in illegal or unethical activities. Support and training. While not a strict right to the franchisor has the responsibility to provide initial training and ongoing support to franchisor. This includes sharing operational know-how, providing access to proprietary systems or technologies, and assisting with marketing and advertising effort. System development and innovation. The franchisor has the right to continue developing and improving the franchise system, including introducing new products, service, or business practices. This ensures that the franchise network remains competitive and adapt to the market changes. Brand expansion. The franchisor has the right to determine the pace and manner of franchise network expansion. They can choose to grant new franchises in specific territories or restrict the number of franchises in particular market to maintain executively and protect existing franchises.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anastasia binti Abdul Razak, matric number H21A1979. Okay, for the right of the franchisee. Franchisee also has specific right within the franchisor-franchisee relationship. The right provide them with certain protection, support and opportunities for success. Here are some key rights of the franchisee. Use the franchisor trademark and brand, exclusive territory right, brand promotion and marketing support, training and support, financial performance, access to established business model and renewal and transfer. Use of franchisors trademarks and brand. The franchisee have right to use the franchisor's trademarks, trade names, logos and other intellectual property within the agreed open territory. This allows the franchisee to leverage the established brand recognition and reputation to attract customers. For the training and support, the franchisee has right to receive initial training from franchisor on how to operate the franchisee business successfully. Ongoing support and guidance are also provided to help franchisees address operational challenges, implement best practices, and stay updated on changes within the franchise system. Access to established business model. Franchisees have right to utilize the franchisor's established business model, which includes proven operational procedures, marketing strategies, product or service offering, and other components that contribute to the overall success of the franchisees. Exclusive territory rights. In some cases, franchisees are granted exclusive territory right within which they have the sole right to operate under the franchisor's brand. This protection helps prevent direct competition from other franchisees or the same brand in designated brand promotion and marketing plan. Franchisees have the right to benefit from the franchisor's marketing effort, including national or regional advertising campaign and brand promotion. The franchisor will also provide marketing materials, guidelines, and support to help franchisees effectively market their individual location. Financial performance. While not a guaranteed right, franchisees often have the expectation of a reasonable return on their investment. They have the right to operate the business in a manner that allows them to generate profits based on the performance of the franchisee system. Renewal and transfer right. Franchisees may have the right to renew their franchise agreement at the end of the initial term, subject to meeting certain conditions. They may also have the right to transfer or sell their franchise business to a qualified buyer with the franchisor approval and under specific terms.
I want to explain about the legal issues in a franchisee. Legal issues play a significant role in franchising, both for franchises and franchise. Understanding and addressing these issues is crucial for the success and protection of both parties involved. Here are some key legal issues in franchising and their impact on franchise. Firstly, franchise agreement. The franchise agreement is a legally binding contract that outlines the right and obligation of both the franchisor and franchise. Franchise need to carefully review and understand the terms of the agreement, including fees, royalties, territory restrictions, renewal, termination, and dispute resolution provisions. Next, disclosure requirement under Franchise Act 1998. Franchises are generally required to provide franchise with a franchise disclosure document FDD that includes information about the franchisor, the franchise system, financial system, legalization history, and the other relevant details. Franchise should review this document to make informed decision and assist the risk. Next part is intellectual property protection. Franchise rely on the franchise's trademarks, trade names and other intellectual property for their business operations. It is essential for franchise to ensure that the franchise has proper trademark registration and safeguards in place to protect the intellectual property rights associated with the franchise. Then, compliance with franchise system standards. Franchise must adhere to the operational standards, guidelines and quality control measures established by the franchisor. Failure to meet these standards can lead to breach of contract claims or termination of the franchise agreement. And next, territory restrictions and non-compete clauses. Franchises may face challenges related to exclusive or non-exclusive territory rights. They need to understand the territory restriction imposed by the franchisor and ensure that they have a clear understanding of their geographical boundaries. Additional non-compete clauses may restrict franchise from engaging in similar business during or after the franchise relationship. Next, for the renewal and termination provisions, franchise should carefully review the renewal and termination provisions in the franchise agreement, understanding the conditions and terms for renewal, as well as the circumstance under which the franchisor can terminate the agreement is crucial for franchise to protect their investment and future business. For the dispute resolution mechanism, franchise agreement typically include provision for dispute resolution, such as mediation, arbitration, or litigation. Franchise should understand the process and options available to them in case of conflicts with the franchisor.
Disclosure requirement in franchising refer to the legal obligation of franchisor to provide potential franchisors with specific information about the franchise opportunity. This requirement aim to ensure transparency and help potential franchisees make informed decisions. In many jurisdictions, including Malaysia, franchisor must comply with disclosure requirement outlined in franchise-specific law or regulation. In Malaysia, the main legislation governing franchise is the Franchise Act 1998 and its accompanying regulation. Here are some key aspects of disclosure requirement.
For the disclosure requirements, first is updating the FDD. Franchisors are required to keep their FDD updated and provide revised version to existing franchisees at least once every 2 years. This ensures that franchisees have access to accurate and current information about the franchise system. Second is financial statements. The FDD must include audited financial statement of the franchisor for the past 3 financial years. This statement provides insight into the financial health and stability of the franchisor. Thirdly is right of potential franchisees. Disclosure requirement is aimed to protect potential franchisees by ensuring they have access to relevant information. Potential franchisees have the right to review the FDD, ask questions, and seek professional advice to fully understand the risks, obligations, and potential benefits associated with the franchise opportunity. Non-compliance with disclosure can have legal consequences, including finance, penalty, or even the right for the potential franchisee to rescind the franchise agreement within a specific time frame. It's important for potential franchisees to carefully review the FDD, seek advice from professionals such as lawyer or accountant with expertise in franchising, and conduct through due diligence before making any commitments. This allows them to make informed decisions and evaluate the viability and suitability of the franchise opportunity.
Lastly, the conclusion. The franchisor and franchisee relationship in Malaysia is governed by a set of right and legal issues that both parties must understand and address. Franchisors have the right to protect their brands, maintain quality standards, and enforce the terms of the franchise agreements. On the other hand, franchisees have rights such as using the franchisor trademark, receiving training and support, and operating within an established business model. Legal issues in franchising in Malaysia include compliance with disclosed requirement, protection of intellectual property, adherence to franchise system standards, and understanding the renewal and termination provision. Franchisees should carefully review the franchise agreement, seek legal advice, and ensure compliance with applicable law to protect their investment and future business operation. Okay, this the example of top franchise in Malaysia, such as McDonald's, KFC, the Chicken Rice Shop, and others.